I'm Malik Jackson. The Deputy Attorney General requests a White House meeting, how he may be out of a job soon.
And I'm Ksenia Kichigina. Lawrence needs blood donations badly. How KU students are offering up their veins to help.
Plus, the president is fighting the opioid epidemic on a national level, how a local man is finding an alternative way to treat chronic pain. Thanks for joining us here on KUJH News. Breaking news today, Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein met with White House Chief of Staff John Kelly today.
The news of the Rosenstein trip to the White House led the cable news channels to speculate widely different theories about the purpose of the meeting. Some of it focuses on Trump firing the Deputy Attorney General. CNN reported Rosenstein would resign. MSNBC and Fox News reported Rosenstein being summoned to the White House. Turns out none of those things happened. Rosenstein will meet with the president on Thursday. So now we will have 3 more days on speculation about his future.
Alrighty, thank you. We saw catastrophic flooding in the North Texas area. Weather anchor Warren Sears has an update on Texas as well as our conditions right here in Lawrence. Warren, what can you tell us?
Hey, Malik. Yeah, North Texas saw some catastrophic flooding over the weekend. The National Weather Service down in Dallas-Fort Worth issued this graphic, and you can see just very high rainfall totals across all of North Texas. Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport saw just over 8 inches of rain. To put this into perspective, anywhere from 3 to 4 inches of rain can still cause very damaging flooding. So as you can see across the board, Bonham, Texas, almost 15 inches of rain. That's up to levels that we saw with Hurricane Florence last week. But for us here in Kansas, we are actually very dry. We're still in a drought, especially exceptionally over near Kansas City. So we saw some average conditions for September today. 79 degrees, partly cloudy skies, what we can expect for the next few days. A pleasant evening ahead. The cold front will move through tomorrow afternoon into the evening. And will that bring some rain for us here in the forecast? I have a much more detailed cold front forecast for you coming up.
The water levels have returned to normal in Manhattan, but the impact continues. More than 300 people evacuated their homes over Labor Day weekend. Damage estimates run around $17 million. Those who need financial help to replace or repair damaged properties should contact the U.S. Small Business Administration. The Disaster Loan Outreach Office will remain open until September 27.
The Dole Institute hosted the first of several blood drives on campus this year. KUJH News reporter Jackson Schneider is live in the newsroom with a report on a rather small turnout. Jackson.
Ksenia, coming off of a critical period where the community blood center's donation numbers are already low, Hurricane Florence has created an even more crucial need for blood.
The Community Blood Center says that in order to meet local needs, they must collect nearly 600 units of blood per day. Now, with Hurricane Florence and other natural disasters in the mix, they need even more blood. According to the Community Blood Center, student participation is crucial to their operation. That makes up nearly 30% of their donations. Collection Supervisor Jeff Froman says they expected just 20 people to attend, whereas typical drives at the Union could bring more than 100 donors in.
I don't know. I mean, people need to know that we have to have blood, that there's the never-ending need for blood. 7 days a week, the hospitals are giving people blood as they come into the emergency room or they come into the cancer center. People who are sick or injured have to have blood.
Froman says in order to meet their goal for this drive, they needed to collect 25 pints of blood.
Today, it's going to be pretty hard for us to make that goal today.
Froman says students may feel nervous about donating, but he also offers a few tips to cut down on the anxiety.
So eat a good meal and drink a bunch of water, and then plan to have like a relaxing day afterwards where you're going to eat more and drink more. So your blood drive day is going to be a relaxing day.
The blood drive will continue in Burge Union tomorrow from 10 till 4 p.m. Give a pint and you can snag a free t-shirt in the process. Back to you.
Thanks, Jackson. President Trump says he will work with the UN to fight the opioid epidemic across the globe. KUJH News reporter Grant DeMars tells us local business owner Brendan Zowler sells an opioid alternative.
It's non-addictive, doesn't require a prescription, and can treat symptoms of chronic pain. but it's not the type of marijuana that you smoke, and it's also not illegal. Brandon Zoller opened the doors to his CBD shop, American Shaman, in July. He's seen firsthand that CBD can relieve pain like an opioid, but it also eliminates the danger and negative side effects.
CBD is non-addictive, it is non-habit forming. It also, we don't create a tolerance where it becomes less effective.
Another benefit is its ease of use. CBD can come in many different types of forms, from ointments to oils. And for some people, a few drops of this stuff can make all the difference.
Anxiety, stress, helps calm the mind down, fibromyalgia, people with arthritis.
Kansas legalized CBD in April. Zoller says that with the current opioid crisis tearing through the country, this is a step in a healthier, more natural direction.
That's become incredibly insane in our country right now, and a lot of people are having their prescriptions taken away from them. And in my, humble opinion, they're going to find something, and they're either going to go find a healthy alternative that could be this, that could, get them back on the right path, or they're going to find something that could be illegal.
In Lawrence, Grant DeMars, KUJH News.
Zoller says the most rewarding thing about owning his American Shaman store is seeing people's lives improve because of his products. Thanks, Grant, for that.
I think that's great. Maybe that's going to work out.
We always like to see people
Still to come on KUJH News.
A second woman is accusing Judge Kavanaugh of sexual misconduct, who is speaking out against the Supreme Court nominee. That's still to come on KUJH News. But first, Warren.
Gorgeous day here in Lawrence, Kansas. Currently 79 degrees out there, but we do have a brief little cool down on its way. I'll have much more coming up.
Some more. What's he doing?
Please, sir, I want some more.
More? He has asked more!
Thank you.
Well, he did say please. Yes, he did. And thank you.
Please, and thank you. Pass it on.
Thank you.
Jessica, we need to leave right now.
I need to get something. Dance recitals are so boring.
There's a meaning no one knows. Waiting to be set
So,
free.
what's the empty suitcase for?
The grand prize trophy.
Duh.
Confidence. Pass it on.
The top Democrat on the Senate Judiciary Committee, Dianne Feinstein, wants a postponement on Brett Kavanaugh's appointment to the Supreme Court. She is also calling for an FBI investigation. A Yale classmate has advanced a new allegation of sexual assault against Kavanaugh. The incident allegedly happened 35 years ago during his time as an undergrad. The woman says Kavanaugh exposed himself to her during a party. Kavanaugh denies the charge. Senator Lindsey Graham says he won't be influenced by the new charges.
Unless there's something more, no, I'm not going to ruin Judge Kavanaugh's life over this.
The White House is standing by Kavanaugh, calling the second allegation a coordinated smear campaign by the Democrat. And here's your look at the news across the nation. Actor Bill Cosby's future is in hands of a judge. The comedian returned to Pennsylvania court for sentencing today his April conviction. The jury found Cosby guilty of the 2004 sexual assault of Andrea Constant. The 81-year-old could face up to 30 years in prison for the charges. Cosby's legal team will likely appeal any sentence while remain under his house arrest. The United Nations has unveiled a statue in memory of Nelson Mandela. The monument honors his efforts in the battle against apartheid in South Africa. He became the country's first black president following his release from jail after 27 years. The unveiling ceremony came shortly after what would have been Mandela's 100th birthday. The UN General Assembly is holding the annual meeting of world leaders.
And a gorgeous day here in Lawrence, Kansas. We are seeing, we do have some activity in the tropics, though. We are already up to Tropical Storm Leslie. That's already down to the L, so we've been seeing a very active season. That will continue. We are in the peak season right now. We do have a few little depressions here, tropical depressions, but none of it is looking like it's going to develop into a hurricane quite yet. We will keep watching Leslie, though, as the path doesn't really seem to make its way towards the U.S., kind of seems to move off into the North Atlantic. Currently 79 degrees here in Lawrence with partly cloudy skies, nice little breeze, 5 to 10 miles per hour. It is gorgeous. Now tomorrow is what we have a little bit of a change coming, but this evening temperatures drop nicely into the 60s, 66 degrees for your overnight low tonight around 3 to 4 a.m. Tomorrow is when we have a slight chance for some rain. We'll see mostly cloudy skies with some PM rain chances. I'm giving it about a 40% chance as of now, and that's looking to be more in the afternoon is what I'm thinking. This is our high resolution model that shows this cold front starting to sag its way down to the south and east up from Nebraska. You can kind of see this little cold front here with winds from the south on this side and then bringing some cooler weather on the backside there of the cold front. As it progresses to our area, maybe around 6 o'clock we could see some spotty showers of possibly a couple rumbles of thunder. We're not going to have a ton of energy though, as we're not going to see much sun tomorrow, and only temperatures in the upper 70s. As we head on in through the 9 o'clock hour though, we could see a slight chance as well through the evening overnight tomorrow night. Now the 7-day forecast though is looking gorgeous, 68 degrees, nice and cool fall temperatures for your Wednesday into Thursday, 73 degrees. On in through the weekend is looking gorgeous. On Saturday, we are going to see a slight chance, Friday and Saturday, excuse me, slight chance, about a 30% for an isolated storm or two. That might affect the game, but I think all in all we'll stay mostly dry with mostly sunny skies, but don't be surprised if you see a little pop-up shower, rumble of thunder. Also, draw your attention down to the nighttime lows. We're going to cool off very nicely, so this is perfect window opening weather if you're trying to lower that energy bill, which I know I am. Open those windows at night because it's really going to be nice and pleasant, and then we'll warm back up into the upper 70s for your Sunday and but temperatures are just looking gorgeous. It's kind of that time of year where we'll really start to see some really nice and pleasant weather. Well, that's all I have in the weather department. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Warren, for that. Keely's joining me now to talk about sports. A big weekend in sports. I know here in Kansas City with football. But Tiger Woods.
I know. He's back. Coming up after the break, I'll be back to talk about Tiger Woods, his comeback, and how excited his fans are. Also, what went wrong for KU football in Texas? Plus other sports news, so stay tuned.
So Jacob has an autism spectrum disorder. He didn't have any friends as a result. It broke my heart. That was the inspiration behind my nonprofit Score a Friend. Educating people to include people with differences is so important because when Jacob's included, he feels like he can succeed in life and he feels like he actually has a purpose.
Another summer day has come and gone away from Paris or Rome, but I wanna go home. Oh, I miss you, you know. Let me go home. Be home tonight. I'm coming back home.
patience. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
KU went to Baylor with a 2-game winning streak and the nation's lead in turnover margin. KU left with no new turnovers and, oh yeah, a loss. In the third quarter, KU's backup quarterback, Miles Kendrick, suffered an injury while driving for a first down. He got up from the play rubbing his shoulder but stayed in long enough to hand off to Puka Williams. The freshman ran down the right sideline for a 72-yard gain. That turned out to be more than 1/3 of the KU offense for the day. On the next play, Peyton Bender took the reins and found senior Jeremiah Booker for a 10-yard touchdown pass, KU's only touchdown of the day. Baylor beat the Hawks 26-7. The Jayhawks will be back in Lawrence Saturday to take on Oklahoma State for homecoming. Kickoff is set for 11 a.m. Jada Burst killed it on Saturday afternoon in the Big 12 opener with a career-high 23 kills. The junior outside hitter reached her 23rd kill on match point, making this the 9th time in the last 10 matches that she has reached double-digit kills. Her 62 attack attempts are the third most in a four-set match in KU history since 2011. To add to her offensive stats, she had 3 blocks and led KU to a win over TCU. This victory extends the Jayhawks' winning streak to 4 matches, and it's the 4th season in a row that KU season won the Big 12 opener. Up next, KU will travel to Norman, Oklahoma on Wednesday for an 8 p.m. match. After the Chiefs won their first 2 games away from Arrowhead Stadium, they finally made it back to Kansas City to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes was on fire once again, breaking the NFL record for touchdown passes with 13 in the first 3 weeks of the season. Now let's take a quick look comparing Mahomes to the 49ers quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. As you can see, the stats align fairly well. No interceptions between the 2 quarterbacks, but Mahomes outthrew Garoppolo by 63 yards and a touchdown. Despite the close stats, Garoppolo was injured in the 4th quarter with a left knee injury. Teammates and fans fear that it was an ACL tear. He was taken off the field and did not return, and San Francisco fell to Kansas City 38-27. Next week, the Chiefs will travel to Denver for a matchup against the Broncos for Monday Night Football. Start time is 7:15 p.m. And Tiger Woods is finally back, and fans are going wild. He won his first professional golf tournament in 5 years at East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta yesterday. That gave him his 80th career PGA Tour win, 2 away from Sam Snead's career record. His fans are thrilled about the comeback, and they did what they know best. They took to Twitter. President Trump tweeted about his excitement. Jonathan Walls tweeted saying, "Name a more iconic duo. Not possible." That one is pretty funny. And my personal favorite, this little baby in a tiger suit and a tiger binky. He must be a very avid golf fan, I'm sure. And this one being from the Bears, or from Chicago, this one hit a little home, but maybe that means that the Bears will do well this season. Back to you guys.
Alrighty, thank you, Keely, for that. Hawaii's Volcanoes National Park is back open. The Kilauea eruption in May resulted in explosions and rock falls, making it unsafe. The popular tourist spot shut down for 134 days, the longest closure in its history. Officials say the park is open 24 hours, but part of it is still off limits because of safety concerns. Last weekend's opening is the first phase on bringing tourists back. No word on when the entire park will be open again. That's KUJH for your Monday.
To view our stories again or to share them with your friends, visit our website at tv.ku.edu.
And tune in here Wednesday at 4 for the latest news, weather, and sports.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great evening.